In this video, you're going to learn how to write a catchy rap hook. My name is ColeMize, and I've been helping rappers perfect their rap skills on this channel for the past 11 years. If you're new to rapping and you're not sure where to start, click the link in the description that says Rappers Start Here, and I'll send you the essential lessons that every beginner needs to start rapping with confidence. Tip number 1 is your hook should sound different than your verse. So if your verse is like really dense rhyme schemes, maybe you're rapping kind of fast, the hook probably should pull back a little bit and open up. There should be contrast typically between the two. And this also just gives your overall song more dynamics, which will increase the replay value of your song. And that also ties into tip number 2, is to consider using a melody on your hook. So if you're watching this video, you're probably a rapper. So if you're rapping on the verse, then consider singing on the hook, and that creates more contrast. But it doesn't have to be either or. You could rap on the hook, but then create like an underlining melody to go underneath it. And more on that here in just a moment. Tip number 3 is to be somewhat vague. Don't be like ultra specific in the hook, and that's going to make your hook more relatable to more people. And it's also going to give you more flexibility on what you can talk about in your verses. Tip number 4 is to consider using ad-libs to fill in empty pockets of the hook. And if you don't know what an ad-lib is, these are basically the sounds that rappers will make, like, yeah, bruh, skirt, you know, stuff like that. They're like decorations, like ornaments, if you will. And tip number 5 is probably one of the most crucial tips that I have for creating really catchy hooks, and that is using repetition. And repetition is what's going to cause your hook to get stuck in the listener's head. Now let's break this down to a science. Hooks are typically 8 bars in length. So all you really need to do is create repetition within those 8 bars. And here is a few of the most common ways that we do that. And the first way that you can do that is creating a 4-bar repetition. So the first 4 bars of your hook is a pattern, and then that pattern repeats for the second 4 bars of the hook. Also, another common way to do this is using 2-bar patterns. So you could do a 2-bar pattern for a total of 4 times during an 8-bar hook. Or to give it even more variance, you could do a 2-bar pattern that you repeat 1 time for the first half of the hook, and then for the second half of the hook, you come up with a new 2-bar pattern that repeats itself 1 time. And I'm going to show you an example of this in just a moment. And also, if you want, you could go for even more repetition and do a 1-bar pattern that repeats every single bar of the hook. Or also, you could do a 1-bar pattern that repeats for 1 bar and changes every 2 bars. And just to be really clear, when I'm talking about patterns, this could be applied to both the melodic or cadence pattern and also the lyrics. So for an example, you could have a melodic or a cadence pattern that stays the same musically, but the lyrics change, but they still stick to that same melody or cadence, and that's repetition. Or it could be both. It could be the melodic and cadence pattern and the lyrics that's a part of the repetition. There's no rule to any of this. Just do what you feel sounds best and serves your song the best. And speaking of songs, let's take a look at a hook that I wrote for a song I just released called Pool Party, which is currently streaming everywhere. Now, the main melody of this hook is built on a 2-bar phrase that repeats once, and then it shifts into a second 2-bar phrase, which also repeats once. And this creates a sense of progression while keeping it sounding catchy.
There's a whole lot of commotion popping off up in this place. Lots of people come and go, and they steady making waves. Welcome to the pool party, ooh loudy. I don't know if I will behave. Welcome to the pool party, ooh shout it. Come on, won't you step this way?
And underneath that, I layered a 2-bar melody that mirrors the same repeat structure, adding depth and texture. And then on the second half of the hook, I introduced a 1-bar ad-lib pattern that pauses for a bar before repeating. And this gives the listener a moment to breathe before looping back in. Now let's listen to it all together.
There's a whole lot of commotion popping off up in this place. Lots of people come and go, and they steady making waves. Welcome to the pool party, ooh loudy. I don't know if I will behave. Welcome to the pool party, ooh shout it. Come on, won't you step this way?
And if you want to dive deeper into writing hooks, check out my quick guide on writing catchy hooks, links in the description. And if you're into straight to the point, no BS rap tutorials like this one, make sure you subscribe. Again, I'm ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, and always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, there's only techniques. Peace.
Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it.